You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table.
You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hey. Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Make sure you come on in, hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the Hood Table, to the Hood Nation, if you are not already subscribed. And of course, please follow us on our personal website, thehoodtable.com, where you can sign up for our monthly newsletters, and IG, Twitter, and Facebook. And we even also have a private Facebook group that you can request to join. Other than that, if you would like to become a member of the Hood Table Squad or the Hood Table Nation, all you have to do is click that join button, which is right next to the subscribe button, and Google or YouTube will take it from there. But anyway, everybody, thanks for joining me this evening. It's been a long, rough day. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day, a wonderful week. There's been some crazy things going on here in our city, including just the other night. I don't know the person personally, but a mother of my youngest son's friend died the other night. And actually, there was my oldest son, he lives in an area where there was this car wreck, and where he lives, there's like this expressway, and to the side of the expressway, over the concrete and down through the, ravine or whatever you call it, that's kind of where the apartments are. And I don't know how or why yet, but the lady drove off the expressway and down into the embankment and hit one of those apartment buildings and died. So I want to send my condolences to that family. Our co-host Carmel Diva, she is with family members of that family tonight because she knew somebody who was related to the lady who died. Again, my youngest son, that was his friend. Mom, his friend, just turned 20. The day that he turned 20, he woke up and found out that his mother died. So his mother died on his birthday. So yeah, there's a lot of crazy things going on here in our city. So, and it's been rough. It's been rough. But I know a lot of other people are dealing with things too when it comes to dealing with the Rona, losing jobs, deaths and sicknesses and all that. So we all need to stay prayed up and stay vigilant and make sure we're looking out for each other and treating each other like we would like to be treated also. Now, that leads me into our topic that we're going to be discussing tonight, which I would love your feedback on. So if anybody wants to jump on the stream with me, as usual, I will drop the StreamYard link. All you have to do is click on the StreamYard, and it asks you for your audio and visual permission with your phone or your computer, and you can jump on the screen with me. So there is can't talk. There's a StreamYard link. So if you want to jump on the screen with me, feel free to click the link. But we're going to be talking about what's been trending in the news lately, and that is with LeToya Luckett. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about what's been going on. Excuse me. Gotta get me a little drink. But y'all know I've been drinking my little kinky, right? My little kinky. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's called Aloha. This flavor is called Aloha. But anywho, as I was saying, we're going to be discussing LeToya Luckett. And what's been going on with LeToya Luckett is that recently, as some of you might already know, she had revealed on her Instagram something really personal. Um, it seemed like it might have even been traumatic for her, because it would have been traumatic for me, because she had mentioned how she was living out of her car at one point in time at 18 years old, living in and out of hotels, staying with people, sleeping on couches, things like that. And this was all like after spending 10 years with Destiny's Child. Latoya Luckett was 18 at the time that her and Latavia, I'm not even gonna say left the group, because back then when that was going on, they all was doing different interviews. LeToya was doing interviews, Latavia was doing interviews, Beyonce and Kelly Rowland and them, they was doing interviews. And from what LeToya and Latavia had made it seem was back then they had got kicked out of the group. But to from what Beyonce and them was saying in those interviews, was like, LeToya and them, they knew what was going on. We had open communication with them. We tried to talk out our issues all the time and try to keep an open communication, but things weren't working right. And, it was, LeToya and Latavia saying it was conflicts. It was always something going on, disputes, disagreements, and they never like left the group, never wanted to leave the group. They didn't tell the group that they wanted to leave the group. What had happened was there was some disagreements between management, and we all know that Beyonce's father, Matthew Knowles, was her manager, well, their manager. And I guess there, from what LeToya and them was saying, there was some favoritism showed, a lot of favoritism, and they didn't like it. And I don't, I can see that happening. I can see that happening. First of all, Beyonce, she has like the most amazing, one of the most amazing voices ever. And from that group of four people, they can all sing, but her voice, I mean, just excelled past them. So, she has always been the lead singer of the group. And her father being the manager, and I'm sure it was probably a little favoritism, because that's his daughter. That's his daughter. But they all have been together since like the age of 8, 9, 10. And then 10 years later, after just, I mean, hit after hit after hit of good music and tours and videos and all this, it just came to an end. That is for LeToya and Latavia. So LeToya was talking about it a little bit on her Instagram live, how when they, were put out of Destiny's Group, because um, a lot of people had heard, back then that they were put out the group, but at that exact time, we really didn't know what was going on. A lot of groups back then, they would be here today, then the next day they would be gone. I mean, they were switching members, different groups, different R&B groups, guys and the females, switching members, so you never knew what was going to happen from one day to the next with these quartets or these, trios or whatever. But LeToya and them claim that they only wanted to get a different manager. I guess they wanted to get out of the contract that they were in with Matthew Knowles. I don't know if they were wanted to actually get out the contract, or if they're contract was expiring and they wanted to renew it with a different manager. But we do know, from all the press and all the interviews back then in the rumor mill, that they were basically put out. But Toya and Latavia, they made it seem like it was a surprise, because they claimed they didn't ever want to get out of the group. All they wanted was new management. But because of them wanting new management, Mr. Knowles, Matthew Knowles, he claimed in an interview that the company that they were with at that time, that they wouldn't have allowed something like that, or they wouldn't have wanted something like that. As far as, Columbia Records, that's the label that they were with. As far as a group having several managers. And me personally, I didn't even know that was something that couldn't happen. I assume, like, let's say it was 3, 4 different people and they all hook up and they meet up and they got managers already and they get together and they're like, oh, I think we can make a great group together, and I kind of thought that sometimes in groups that some of the different people, the members might have different managers. I don't know. I didn't think that was a no. But the way, Mr. Knowles made it seem in his interview was that, Columbia Records, they wouldn't want to deal with a group that has multiple managers, but I don't know nothing about the label, the record music industry having managers, nothing like that. But so they were put out the group. And it was crazy because if y'all can recall, they were like, I mean, Say My Name had just came out. That song had, I mean, went through the roof. That was one of my very, very favorite songs of theirs, Say My Name. That was like one of my top faves of all time of theirs. And that song had came out and the video was soon to be premiered. It was a time when they were on their way to out of overseas. They were going to Europe, and you had seen LeToya, and they had like a press interview, and LeToya, she was excited, she was happy, she was like, "Oh my God, we're going to Europe, and then Say My Name video is about to come out, and it's gonna be lit." It's gonna be lit. But a few weeks after that, the video did come out. The video did come out, but LeToya and LaTavia was nowhere to be found in that video. And a lot of people, us fans, was like, hold up, who these two women, Harpo? Who them? These two new chicks. Who are they? Where they come from? Where's Toya and Tay? And they have been replaced. They have been replaced by Michelle and Farrah, and they have been replaced. And Toya now, I mean, it was just crazy because the world was shocked. We didn't know what was going on. But the new video came out, and it was crazy because Toya, she claimed that in that interview, we got our new video coming out. It's coming out in a few weeks. She was gung ho, she was excited and pumped, lit, everything. And then a few weeks later, the video come out, but it's two totally different members. And I'm like, hold the hell up. When I think back now, I'm thinking like these two members, 2 weeks after Toya announced, like officially announced publicly in the media that Say My Name was coming out. 2 weeks later, it did come out, so she didn't lie. But where did they find time in those 2 weeks? I'm like, dang, it must have been some major pain drill team going on in there or something. I don't know, because in 2 weeks, two new members, um, in the video, they ain't background, they ain't extras, they actually part of the squad. Like part of the squad, and they got the song down, the music down, the harmony, the lyrics, I mean, they all in sync. And I'm like, they did all that in 2 weeks. Now it got me back thinking back, like, were these two ladies in the background much longer than that? I don't know. I'm just speculating here. Just speculating. Just doing my little commentary like I normally do. Just doing my little commentary. But that it just makes you look back when you think about, LeToya on her Instagram the other day talking about when they were kicked out of the group, how she had nothing. And these ladies were together for 10 years. They were like best friends, like family, like considered each other sisters. And 10 years, after 10 years of traveling all over the world, I mean, putting out hit after hit, and not even before that, playing with each other, spending the night over each other's house, growing a bond, and then forming a group. And after 10 years, you are homeless, living in your car, and living in and out of hotels. She claims she was eating the oodles and noodles. The that's like the go to. That's the go to. Man, we ate a lot of that growing up in the hood. Oodles and noodles, ramen noodles, whatever you want to call them. We used to have hot dogs, syrup sandwiches, butter sandwiches, mayonnaise sandwiches. I mean, just all kind of stuff. But she said she would make her oodles and noodles on the coffee using the coffee pot, and that's basically what she drank. I mean, ate, and she kept a gallon of water in her hotel room in her car, so she kept herself full on a lot of water and oodles and noodles. And it was, I can imagine. She said it was a very hard time for her. It was a rough time for her. I can imagine it being traumatic. I had mentioned to, for people who might have been following me for a while, I had mentioned how before the age of 18, I was homeless and I didn't even have a car. But if I had a car at that time, I would have probably been sleeping in it. But I was going different people's houses. I stayed with a few people from high school. Some of their parents let me stay with them for a little bit. I had a boyfriend at the time. I used to sneak in his house. His mother would bust us. I'm climbing out his window. And it wasn't because we were trying to get it on per se. I just wanted to sleep somewhere, and I would be asleep on the side of his bed on the floor. And just in case his mother came in and she wouldn't see me in the bed or anything, but you know what I'm saying. That was a traumatic time of my life, so I can just imagine. But going from them being together all that time and then having disputes, I guess they couldn't reconcile. Uh, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. And again, back then we just knew it was two members. Obviously, they was beefing. Something happened, and they broke up, and they got new members. But yeah, LeToya, that was kind of emotional watching her cry on her Instagram because she said she never told that story before. It's probably people in her life personally. Like there's people who knew then what I was going through. It was probably about 10 people at the most, who knew what I was going through back then. And those were mainly the ones who, was helping me out and stuff like that. But I mean that's traumatic. And you 18 and she didn't really, as far as like high school and stuff like that, when you in groups and you touring and all that kind of stuff, you ain't really sitting down in no classroom every day, surrounded by a whole bunch of peers. She didn't go off to college because she was with the group, and college just wasn't part of the factor at that time. So she was just out there, not knowing where to go, not knowing which way to turn, if she should continue in music. She explained how she started to hate music. She never wanted to get on stage again. She used to think that she couldn't do it anymore, that her voice wasn't good enough, that she really couldn't sing. And although I don't think she can sing as good as a lot of people I know, but that girl, she can sing, she can carry a tune, she can carry a note, she can sing better than me. But and she can act her butt off. I mean, I've been reviewing the movie, the TV show that she was in. I had reviewed that for a long time. And she's been acting in that show for quite some time. And that's just a few, just one of the things that she was acting in. But I thought she did a great job doing what she do, So she eventually, after struggling for a while, she talked about, how she really looked towards God and, sought him for guidance and answers and fulfillment. And, it finally happened. It finally happened that she had, because at that time she was working on her album, her first album, her very own first album. And around that time she had also went to try out for, I think it was Preachers. I can't remember the exact name of it. Preachers. Hold on. Let me look it up because I don't even want to say it wrong. I don't want to say it wrong because somebody be like, well, she said the name of the wrong movie. But okay, here we go. Here we go. And I remember that movie. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but I remember the movie that she played in. I just haven't seen it in forever, 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 ever, forever, ever. No, I'm just playing. Okay, Preacher's Kid. Yep, I had it right. Preacher's Kid. So she had played as Preacher's Kid. That was like her first big movie or whatever. But she played in a lot of stuff, here and there, little scenes here and there on TV shows and stuff. But yeah, so that was like her break. And then she put her album out, and I guess she seemed to be doing okay. And eventually, she started making more music, and she started doing more appearances, and she started opening up stores, retail stores like clothing stores and things like that. So things got better for her. I don't know if they got as good as it was with Destiny's Child and the newest members, and Beyonce, she rich as I just call her. I don't know, because they was talking about Forbes the other day, and they were saying how Tyler Perry now is around the same, making the same amount of money as Jay-Z, and Jay-Z is like at 1.3 billion or something, and I know Beyonce has a lot of money. Man, the power couple, they just rolling in the dough. But anywho, a lot of people don't have to be filthy rich to be happy. So I'm sure she's happier now, because normally, when she do her lives on her shows on her Instagram, she's always in good spirits. She's always talking about God. She's always talking about faith. She's talking, and she be talking to like the IG people. She be going live, and she be having her viewers and her fans. She lets them, allow them to jump on the live with her and speak to her, and they talk back and forth, and ask questions. They ask her questions, and she give advice and all this kind of stuff. But from what I hear, she's a really, really sweet person. And she just got a tough break back then, and that did happen 20 years ago. So I don't know, because of this revelation, if Beyonce and them is feeling some type of way, or Kelly Rowland, or Michelle Williams, the three left in the group. Well, they still a group, they just not together, you know what I mean? But yeah, because the one, Farrah, the one, because Michelle and Farrah was the two that had replaced LaTavia and LeToya, but Farrah only lasted like 6 months. And allegedly, she had got put out because she had kept missing shows. I'm like, how do you miss a show? Don't y'all be together all the time? Like, how you miss a show? Y'all probably was working out together, rehearsing together, singing together, doing your dance lessons, practices together, and all this. How you miss your own shows? I don't know. Mm, mm, Hey, Miss Hog. How you doing? You said Tank helped her out a lot. Look at hair, my mouth. Yeah, she did. Yeah, Tank was working with her. Tank was working with a lot of people. A lot of people back then. Tank was the man. I love me some Tank. You said just stop it in. All right, honey. I know you be working hard over there, so you have a wonderful evening. But yeah, Tank, yeah. I used to love me some Tank, boy. I used to love me some Tank. Do he even still make music? I don't even know if he make music still, but yeah. So and then so Farrah, she had then left after being only in the group for like 6 months, something like that. So then it just went to Beyonce, Michelle, Kelly Rowland. So I wonder if they feeling some type of way about this new information, because this is new, like really new information. This is tea. This is tea. And in a way, like I was saying earlier, I can imagine being with somebody for that long, like really, really, real, true friends, and my uh, group members of our singing group, and then you just get let go, regardless of the tension, regardless of what was going on, the disagreements, because from what Toya, um, from what Toya and Latavia was saying, they didn't have anything against the group members. They just had something against the management, and all they wanted to do was have their own manager. That's all they wanted. They wanted to stay in the group. They didn't want to leave the group. They just wanted their own manager. But because they asked for their own manager, because they didn't want Beyonce's dad, Matthew Knowles, to be their manager anymore, they were put out. And I'm like, you said Farrah had a drinking problem? Oh, is that why she was always missing the shows? Okay, now. Okay, now fill me in, please. Please fill me in. She had a drinking problem. Ooh, that was too young to have a drinking problem. Child, I don't know. I think I would have went to AA. I'm up here touring and singing with Destiny's Child with Beyonce. I think I would have went to AA. Y'all better give me. I'm about to say, give me a patch like it's a cigarette. Like, give me something. Yes, I would have went to AA. I'm like, shoot, I'll make this money now. I can drink later. I got the rest of my life to drink, but I'm about to make this money now. I'm stack up all my chips. I'm buy all the bottles I want later. But yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, and then like a little later, after Toya and Latavia found out that they had been replaced, um, then they had put out a lawsuit. They put out a lawsuit because they thought they were let go of the right way, um, and other things that they were that they didn't like that happen, but they did file a lawsuit later against Beyonce's father and the management company. Um, it was other things like defamation of character, breach of contract, violating a previous settlement. Like, do y'all remember when? Okay, y'all might remember this. Y'all might remember this, but a long time ago, a long time ago, there was when they did the lawsuit, like the defamation of character part. You remember when after they broke up, you remember Beyonce, they came out with the not Beyonce, but Destiny's Child. They came out with the song which was a Grammy winning hit, Survivor. And there were certain things in the song that they thought was damaging to them, LeToya and Latavia. Like the verse that said, "You thought that I'd be stressed without you, but I'm chilling. You thought I wouldn't sell without you. Sold 9 million." Y'all remember that? Y'all remember them lyrics? And we all knew they was talking about LeToya and Latavia. Well, they might have been talking about LeToya more. I don't know. LeToya seemed like the type that well, maybe back then she seemed like the type that might have pop off, she get bad about it, she get with you, or at least get real, emotionally upset. She seemed like that type to me. Maybe not anymore, but yeah, Beyonce. I remember them lyrics so well. Hey, Edward McAfee, you said I'm a little late, but what's the deal, Teddy Bear? You a mess. But yeah, I remember that when she had when they had came out with that song, I'm a Survivor. How did it go? You thought that I'd be stressed without you, but I'm chilling. You thought I wouldn't sell without you. Sold 9 million. Something like that. I can't remember the exact notes or anything like that. But yeah, y'all remember that? And it was like it was trending. It was the rumor wheel was going crazy. Like, what was said? Who's throwing tea? Who's throwing shade? But anyway, um, Latoya and Latavia claimed that the lyrics caused them irreparable harm, and also filed their earlier agreement because they had made an agreement in the lawsuit that forbid either side from dissing each other, throwing shade in public. So basically, they were accusing, the Destiny Child members of deliberately and disparaging, defamatory, misrepresentation about the ex singers in order to promote the Survivor album. So that was in 2001 because they broke up like in late December because when the Say My Name video came out, that was in December. And on December 14th, like right after LeToya and them, they didn't even they claim allegedly LeToya and Latavia. They claim they didn't know nothing about these two new girls that was joining the group. They didn't know nothing about them not being in the video. Because remember a few weeks before that, LeToya had said publicly she was excited and everything. Our new video is coming out in 2 weeks. We about to, get our new video out, whatever. Say my name, whatever. Look for it, look for it. And then a few weeks later, the video came out and they were missing and two new members were there. So right after they saw that video, which they heard about through the grapevine, they they claimed they heard about it. They said people had saw it on BET. People was calling them. They was like, "Where y'all at? Who them Harpo? Who them new women?" And they claimed they had no idea who that was. Hey, notice me. What's up? But yes, and everybody, please make sure you like and share the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you. But yeah, they claimed they had no idea about the video. But from the lawsuit, they had said that neither one of them could diss each other in public because that's a big thing that a lot of those people in those groups, the guys, the females, as soon as they break up, they spilling all the tea, all the secrets, rumors going around. They dogging each other out in public. People that they didn't been with and travel with and, shared hotels with and broke bread with and all that, made money with. After they fall out, it's like no holds barred sometimes. So yeah, that was, something that they had tried to sue them for anyway. I mean also. But they eventually settled out of court. So I don't know how much they settled for, with suing the management company and also Destiny's Child. I don't know. I wonder where they sit today. I remember at one point in time, they had wanted to when they had was talking about doing the comeback, not the comeback tour, but the reunion tour a long time ago. A lot of people was like, yeah, that's cool. If they get together and whoop whoop whoop, because I still love them together, even though after they separated from the group and the new girls came, I was like, "Hey, Tazing, what's up? How you doing? What's up? Shout out to the members in the chat. I see your little membership badge next to your name, Tay. Thanks to those who have joined the membership thus far. Anybody else wants to join the Hood Table Squad, the Hood Table Nation, feel free to hit the join button, which is right next to the subscribe button. But yeah, so I don't know. I wonder where they sit today because again, this is all new to us. This is new tea and it's trending like crazy. I figured I'd get on here and jump on it and give my little 2 cents, my little commentary as well, on the matter at hand. But I hope that they relationships are good. Just like when we were talking about Brandy and Monica the other night. Um they both are older now, more, mature, more knowledgeable, done been through some things like most of us. Once we start approaching 40, we go through some things and you start to think a little bit differently and you start to realize things that you might have done, that you could have done differently, in the past. So I hope they cool and I hope it won't be any BS over this revelation, that LeToya Luckett just revealed the other day on her IG. So, I mean, And I was just talking, oh my God, y'all, we just had a conversation like a week ago when I was saying, when you have a platform and you have like, a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers, whether it's IG, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, um, and you want to sometimes be, you want to sometimes relate to your followers. You want to sometimes tell them things that might be a little personal. You want to be a little transparent. But sometimes people throw it back up in your face. Like, why is you telling this? Why is you got all these people up in your business? Why is you? But sometimes being transparent, and I ain't saying you gotta tell all your because I sure ain't telling everybody that everything I've been through or everything I done did. Cause we all got skeletons in our closet. All of us got skeletons in our closet. But yeah, I wouldn't, but every now and then I tell y'all stuff, especially the funny stories, that I done been through or something that's funny now. It wasn't funny then, but because you want to be transparent. But I had asked y'all like maybe a week or so ago, like, is it a such thing as being too transparent? Should you feel like you can't be transparent to people you want to, that people that are in your life, not in your immediate circle, but like some people got millions of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers. And sometimes you just don't want to be the person who's just uploading videos or who's just singing or who's just rapping or who's just playing in a movie or something and you just posting things, just random things. And you wanna have that, commentary, that back and forth, that relationship with the people who you consider your fans. And sometimes you want to reveal certain things to them and be transparent to make them feel like I'm just like you. I might have a whole, not me, not me. Matter of fact, I might have a little change around here in my pocketbook, but you know what I'm talking about. Some of them people, they got so much money. They got so much money, as Cardi B would say, but they still just like us in a certain way. Without that big old pocketbook, they just like us. They go through the same things that we do. You'd be surprised how many people have been sleeping in their cars or sleeping in the park, or I mean, like people like Tyler Perry and other people, who are filthy rich now. Back then, they was barely able to buy a dollar menu at McDonald's. But sometimes that transparency will have like the person who jumped on her live after the person that she revealed this to, well, she revealed it to everybody, but the person she was talking to, she was like, I'm so glad you told this story. I'm so glad you told this story because the lady who she was talking to was trying to think like, what should I do with my life now? Do I have to just stick in the corporate world? I tried to start my own business, start my entrepreneurship. I tried that twice and it failed. So I went back to corporate America because it's safe. Like LeToya Luckett told her, she said, we go back to, like, we be having all kind of stuff on the side. Like, if you meet, I've always had a side hustle. Since I was in high school, I always had a side hustle. A lot of people got side hustles, whether it's cutting hair, fixing cars, doing stuff around people's house, watching people kids on the side, just different things, fixing computers, all kind of things. And sometimes you want that to be your main thing, but it don't work out that way. So you kind of have to play the safe way, and you got to go to that 9 to 5, and you got to clock in. You got to sit there for 9 hours, then you got to clock out, go home, and then do what you really love to do. But LeToya was basically telling her, she had wanted to sing. She really, really wanted to sing, but then after being put out, and then living in her car in a hotel on oodles and noodles and water, she didn't know what she should do. She was like, maybe I should just go to the mall and apply for a job, because it's a job and it would be stable. Might only be making $7 an hour. That was what, 20 years ago. So yeah, probably 7.50 maybe at the most, working at the mall back then. And you said, hold on, I'm trying to read your comment. You said just like when her Jay Z and Solange had the altercation on the elevator, Beyonce just stood standing and rocking back for under some type of witchcraft. What the? Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember. I remember. I remember that happened. But yeah, she was telling her, LeToya was just telling her, sometimes you just have to let God do what he gotta do. Sometimes our position that we in right now, that's exactly where we're supposed to be. Even though we have other goals, being other dreams, because it's just maybe not our time. It may not be our time. Just may not. But we still gotta work. We still gotta pay the bills. So y'all better keep that 9 to 5 until the other thing gets popping off. Because sometimes we need that 9 to 5 to fund the other thing. But yeah, Toya, she eventually, she eventually got out there and she eventually started doing what she was doing with the movies and the TV shows and making more money and more money. And I have to say, I'm proud of, you know, her accomplishments. I'm proud of her accomplishment because, you know, it's like I ain't nowhere probably where I want to be in life, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm safe. As far as I know, I'm healthy. I'm a little thick in the waist, a little thick in the waist, but overall, I'm healthy. My kids are healthy and safe. My family and friends. I have a job. I have a stable job. Shoot, I done told y'all the job's so stable now. They be having us work overtime. It's going on 3 months now of working overtime every day. Before I come to y'all, I've been to put in like 10 plus hours before I even jump on here. So that's why I don't go live like every single day, because a sister be tired, and then working on the weekends too. Mm-mm. I'll be out here. Whoo, child. I'm like, if I see one more disability claim, if I see one more Rona claim, no. But it's paying the bills, child. It's paying the bills. But yeah, so I commend her for telling her story, for being transparent because she didn't have to. And I was just about to say, I've been there. Some of y'all have heard my story. I've been there. I've been in the streets. I was there, not knowing where I was gonna sleep every day. I had my book bag. I had my school books. I went to school every day because I always made sure whoever I stayed with was near the bus line of one of the buses that went to my school. Because I live in North Omaha and my school was in South Omaha. And the times we did have to walk, oh, child. For those of y'all who live in Omaha, y'all remember where Hilltop used to be. Y'all remember where Hilltop used to be, where Salem Baptist Church is right now. And we used to walk from Hilltop all the way to South High School. Yeah. If we missed the bus, we had, because back then we were like, hey, we know everybody didn't have no money all the time, be catching the bus every day, and then we gotta buy this and buy that, and we gotta take care of ourselves. And when you don't have a stable place to live, you try to keep as much money on you as possible. So we would walk. We probably get to school like 3 hours late, but we was there. But most of the time I was always at school on time. But it was sometimes when we had to walk. And I'm like, man, one day I'm gonna be telling my grandkids I had to walk miles and miles and miles to school in the snow with flip flops and no socks. Make them feel bad. Like, y'all spoiled. Y'all spoiled. You know how they used to do us when they grandparents. I had to walk 20 miles to go to school. Sure, didn't have no clothes, no coat. You said Luckett was the better singer out of all them and still is now. I do like her voice. I really do like her voice. I have to admit, between the old members and the new members, they both were great. I mean, LeToya and Latavia with the group, they was great. I mean, they sold a lot of records, all that stuff. But even when, Michelle and Farrah, when they came, they also did great. So I loved the group. I love the group. But when they separated, I've never been a huge no shade debate, no shade debate, no shade debate. Because she can sing. She's talented. She's very, very talented. But I loved her in the group. I loved her. I love hearing her, and I love hearing those beautiful voices with her. But once she left the group, I wasn't like that big on her. I wasn't. And honest to God, on my mother in heaven, I never had a Beyonce CD. Never had her album. Never. And she done put out a lot of albums. I never had her album. It would be like a few songs that I would like that was on her album that I would remember. Everybody used to use the iPods. Some of y'all probably still use the iPods. Download your music and stuff on them. And I used to have like a few of her hits on there, but I never was interested in the whole CD. Now, Kelly Rowland, LeToya, I was buying their CDs because I really like listening to them. I liked hearing their voices. But yeah, again, no shade to Bay because she can sing and all that, but I just preferred hearing her voice when she was with the group. And I know there's a lot of other people like that because I didn't heard other people say it. But yeah, some people be like, "What? You wasn't big on Beyonce? You're a hater. Oh my God. Why? How could you not? How could you not?" But then there's always somebody that you really like and somebody else might not really like you. So I've never been that person that be like, okay, y'all gonna push Bay on me. Okay, I'm gonna go buy her CD. No, I does me and you do you. Hey Tracy. Hey, how you doing, love? What's up? You said, hey everybody, I'm in the bushes. Oh, thank you for coming out of the bushes. Thank you for everybody. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I know Tracy know the drill. You know the drill. She been running these YouTube streets for a very, 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 very long time. Very long time. And she's one of the people that I support, been supporting since she got on YouTube. Matter of fact, I was one of the people who was telling her, get your own channel. Get your own channel so we can subscribe to your channel. But yeah, Tracy be having me going all day long on her channel. But yeah, so that's about all I wanted to say though, as far as my little commentary on, the revelation, the reveal, the reveal. But yeah, anybody else who's coming in afterwards, just make sure you just like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And also please remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, IG. We also have a private Facebook group that you could join. Of course, they're all called the Hood Table. Facebook, IG, Twitter, we everywhere under the Hood Table. And then thehoodtable.com, which is our website. I post some of our videos over there. I also do written blogs. I do written blogs over there. I try to do several a week. One of them might be on a TV show that I reviewed. I'll have a video there of the review, and I'll also type a written blog on my thoughts on the show. And I do blogs on trending news as well. And also on the first of each month, I send out a monthly newsletter to let everybody know different things that's going on with the Hood Table or different things to look forward to, announce the winners of our giveaways, all that kind of stuff. So yeah. And also, if you would like to be a member, all you have to do is click the join button, which is right next to the subscribe button. Or you can click the link that's in the description of each video. There's the join membership link in the description. But yes, you're welcome, honey. Use Tasing says she's not a Bay fan either. See, there's a few of us out there. I know like almost the entire world loves Bay. And again, I don't hate her. I don't hate her. I just never loved her enough to buy her album. But them other girls and Michelle, I really didn't like her either by herself. I don't know. Her voice is really weird to me. When she's not in the group, her voice is really weird to me. It's like, yeah, 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 yeah. I couldn't. Oh, forgive me, Michelle. Forgive me. Forgive me. I still love you, girl. I still love you, girl. I love all of them. The old members, the current members, the members that ain't there no more, like Farrah and whoever else. But yeah, they good. We good. We good. But anyway, y'all, I'm out of here. I'm about to get on these YouTube streets and check out a few of people videos. I see some people was live when I was live. Some people that I follow on here. Tracy is one of the people that I follow on here. She has a YouTube channel. Oh Lord, man, she will have you laughing and gagging all day long. So I do recommend her channel to people. Some of the people that come in here that are YouTubers, I always let them, at the end of my shows, if I see an actual YouTuber drop down a link that supports me and I support them, feel free to drop your link in here if you want somebody to check out your channel. So you can feel free to do that, Trees. And again, everybody, please like and share the video, subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow is Friday night. You already know how we do on Friday night. Now I got some topics to be discussed tomorrow night. So every Friday night is Friday Night Live. And it starts at 9 p.m. Central Time. And we try to keep it around an hour. We really do. We really do. But then you get people on the show, they jump on the stream, we get to talking and talking, and your girl can talk, right? Your girl can talk. So we try to keep it around an hour. But last week we went to almost 4 hours. We went to almost 4 hours last Friday. But we try to keep it around an hour. But anyway, Friday Night Live is at 9 o'clock. And everybody, well, the people who don't know, on Friday nights, the first Friday night of each month, we have a giveaway for the members. So tune in. You might win something. You just might win something. But yeah, so make sure you check us out tomorrow night. You can jump on the platform. We can have up to 10 people on the screen. So I can have 9 more people up here on the screen with me. I got a few topics that I'm going to come out the gate with, but it's no holds bars, no topics off limit. Free for all every Friday night. So if you've seen something out in the media that you want to talk about or that you want us to know about, something going on in your city, something going on in your hood, something you want to promote, you want people to hear about, that's what Friday Night Live is for. From my hood to yours, we discuss everything from the hood to the White House and beyond. So that's what Friday night is. So yeah, Fridays be lit, y'all. They be lit. But yeah, let me read the comment. Edward said, I'm going to miss you until tomorrow. I'm going to miss you too. I'm going to miss you guys too. I always miss you guys. I know some people on here, they go live like 3, 4, 5 times a day. I can't do that. I can't do that because I'm working like 60, 70 hours a week. But yeah, I try to come on here as much as I can. If it ain't every day, it's every other day. But yeah, tomorrow I'll definitely be here 9 o'clock. And there's a few topics I want to discuss. But bring your topics too, and bring your thoughts, and bring a friend. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, be there, or you know the rest. But anyway, y'all, it's been fun. It's been fun. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Like, share, and subscribe. And also, as usual, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces.